birthdays, and gifts. How do you usually celebrate your birthday?
Actually, the whole birthday thing is a pretty big deal for me.
Okay, so here in the answer, they start off by saying, actually, the whole birthday thing is a pretty big deal for me. And actually is an example of a discourse marker. Now, to get a good score for coherence, you do need to use discourse markers. Now, actually is usually used when we want to say something that will surprise the listener. To me personally, that people think that birthdays are a big deal is not really surprising, but I guess in this case it depends on the person. And then another thing, when we look at vocabulary, the speaker said the whole birthday thing. Instead of just saying birthdays, we have this redundant phrase, the whole birthday thing. So this is a good thing to be doing, because when people talk, they do often use redundant language.
As to how I celebrate my birthday, I usually eat out with my families or hang out with my friends, make a birthday wish, and blow the birthday candles, and the icing on the cake is that I can get lots of birthday gifts.
Okay, so here we have two things with regard to vocabulary. The first one is really good. There's a great pun here, the icing on the cake, because he's talking about birthday cakes and then he uses this idiom to be the icing on the cake, which means to be the best thing. So that's a really great pun. But there are some problems here with families. Each person just has one family, so families should not be in the plural. And then here, blow the birthday candles. You don't blow the candles. In Chinese you do, but not in English. In English you blow out the candles, not just blow.
With whom do you like to celebrate your birthday? Families, friends, or alone?
I prefer to celebrate my birthday with my families. I am a family type of person, so I love to enjoy this precious time with my families. After all, I can hang out with my friends all the time, but the birthday is a once-a-year thing.
Okay, so again we have all these families, but I'm going to skip past that where he talks about, but the birthday is a once-a-year thing. Now he uses this specific article, the, here, but which birthday is he talking about? I think he's just talking about birthdays. So let's pluralize this and instead say, but birthdays are a once-a-year thing.
And as to the thought of celebrating my birthday alone, I don't see it as happening. I mean, if I had to spend my birthday alone, how would I be able to get those birthday gifts?
Here towards the end, his cadence, the way he talks, got a little bit ridiculous. It sounded kind of very phony when he talked towards the end. But let's talk about the language. He says, I don't see it as happening. Now we can use as for comparisons. For example, we could say A is not as expensive as B, A is not as good as B. And this sentence here is a little bit different, because this sentence here is telling us about his opinion on something. Now we can, for example, say, I don't see the rain as a problem. But in that case, we are comparing two things. We're comparing the rain with the problem, and we're saying that these two things are dissimilar. So the rain is not a problem. But in this case, we're just really expressing our opinion on something, and happening is not something that we can compare anything else to. So in this sentence, we don't need the as. We can just say, I don't see it happening. No as is needed.
How do Chinese usually celebrate birthdays?
Actually, there are so many ways that Chinese usually celebrate birthdays. Eating out, throwing a birthday party, singing karaoke, going clubbing, and all the exciting things you could possibly imagine.
Here's some more jumping around from topic to topic. We go from, let me see here. We go from eating out, throwing a birthday party, singing karaoke, going clubbing, all the exciting things you can possibly imagine. Just choose one or two in your part one answers and then develop those, because to get a good score for coherence, You need to be able to develop topics, not just mention things. Don't just list off items. That is not going to get you a good score. Please develop your topics. Choose one or two. Give examples of those. Give reasons why people do that. Don't just jump around like this.
Do you receive lots of gifts on your birthday?
Definitely. All of my families and friends know that I am a big fan of perfumes, so they all buy me perfumes as birthday gifts when my birthday comes. So far, I have a huge collection of perfumes, and I hope that they will increase in value someday.
Here we have families again, and now we also have perfumes. Neither of these is plural.
When do Chinese usually send gifts to each other?
When it comes to some special festivals and some special occasions, Chinese people usually send gifts to each other as a kind of sincere blessing. For example, spring festivals, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, wedding days, and birthdays.
Here's another long list of holidays, none of which is developed. They don't go into any details about any of these. And there's one more thing, it's Spring Festival. There's only one Spring Festival.
What kinds of gifts do Chinese usually send to each other?
Well, it varies. It depends on to whom people send the gifts. If it is for the elderly people, some healthcare products and multifunctional massages would be good choices. If it is for the young guys, they fancy those high-tech products like iPod, iTouch, PSP, or some latest collections of cell phones. But these chic things are not something that everyone can afford, so some delicate handmade cards as Plan B are cool as well.
This answer is actually pretty good. I really like the idea that they gave us two different situations depending on the age of the people. So the sentence pattern, it depends on, that's pretty good, because often the IELTS questions make it seem very black and white, but of course real life is not that black and white. Now just for the language, he said multifunctional massages. I'm pretty sure he wanted to say massagers, but that's what it sounds like. And then for the cards, they're handmade, not hands-made.
What if you don't like the birthday gift that you received?
Well, it might seem to be a tough call. Someone might throw it away or give it to someone else, but I think it all depends on how you look at it. I think the birthday gift, in a sense, is much more than just a gift. The gift has great sentimental value that the person gives you. It is something that can't be measured in terms of money.